Most mindset content and material out there sucks. And I'm going to prove it to you. Because by the time you're done watching this video, not only will you have 3 free and easy to do steps to start shifting your mind into becoming the greatest version of yourself, the elite version of you, you'll be able to complete them by the time I am done speaking to you. Who am I? My name is Eric Thomas, and I'm the founder and CEO of Elite Outcome Academy, an academy that I created first for myself to be a student of. I have spent a little over a year applying my strategies to myself in my own life in order to prove that they work, in order to prove that I could escape self-sabotaging behavior, depression, and ideas that I would never be able to become the person that I felt I needed to become inside, to escape the disbelief that was causing me to stay in bed, sleep too long, drink too much, and just attempt to escape life. After being in upper management, business ownership, leadership in so many different capacities, listening to tens of thousands of hours since about 2014 of personal development, self-improvement content, dozens of books, this coach, this mentor, that mentor, I never found a way to take actionable steps towards understanding myself, to build confidence, to build self-esteem, in order to know that I was worth anything, really. And this all came as a result of a few years ago, just before the pandemic. January of 2019. I made the decision to end it all. I had suffered with massive depression, massive alcohol abuse, massive disbelief systems for a very, very long time. And it honestly wasn't until a little over a year ago that I figured it out. But I'm glad that I had the time to do it, because January 2019, I made the decision to take my own life. I knew exactly how I was going to do it, and I was ready, because the amount of pain that I was dealing with mentally and emotionally was presenting itself physically. My body was in shambles, my joints, my muscles. It was terrible. It was absolutely terrible. But I had made a promise. Promises are going to be a part of what we talk about here today. But I made a promise, and it was to my kids. I made a promise that I was going to go visit them. It was going to be in the evening. I was going to go visit them, and there was something we were supposed to do together. I don't remember what it was. And I'm glad I kept that promise, because the last thing I wanted them to do was to be disappointed that I didn't show up, and then be disappointed that I was also not around anymore. So I went, and I kept my promise, and I'm glad I did. I still suffered for several years after. And I, in the beginning of 2022, started to really formulate the ideas of what became Elite Outcome Academy. And it was ideas like the ones that I'm going to share with you right now. So let's dive right in, okay? You might feel like you are incapable. If you're anything like I was, you feel like you can't do it. You have ideas that are preventing you from having any sort of belief in yourself. And I get it. I absolutely get it. But you got to start somewhere. And you got to start with believing in you as a capable person. And what that looks like is doing tasks that are simple and easy to perform, like the one I'm going to give you right now. Action step number 1 to shifting your mindset is taking care of the environment around you. And I mean one thing at a time. So there's something within your reach that you can organize, that you can put together, that you can straighten up your bed, maybe the books next to you. I don't know what it is, but look around you. You know there's something around you. There's shoes that can be straightened up. I want you to look at that task. You already know you're capable of doing the task, so do the task and then recognize yourself for being capable of accomplishing that task. What this is going to do is it's going to start helping you to think about your ability to accomplish the things that you really want to do, things that you want to overcome. And I want to challenge you to this. I want to challenge you in this step. Because, and here's the challenge, you have to take the action and you have to try to prove to me that you don't feel better. If you can take an action, straighten something out, recognize that you're capable, and not feel even just a pinprick of hope in your capability, prove me wrong. Put it in the comments. Let me know. If the action step did work, I want you to comment that too. I'm going to give you my own example. I was terrible at making my bed for a long, long time. And I just left it in disarray. It's full of pile of clothes and blankets and whatever all over the place. So that was the very first step that I took. I made myself a deal that if for every day I can make my bed for 2 weeks, every day. At the end of that 2 weeks, if I didn't feel better about myself for making my bed every day, then I would stop making my bed every day. That was the deal. That was the challenge. So for every day for 2 weeks, I started making my bed. Well, several months later, not only was I still making my bed, I had completely remodeled my bedroom. This is my main environment. And my walls became painted and things continued to stay organized. My clothes were clean and hung up all the time after just a few months. But it was step by step by step, first starting with making my bed and figuring out that I was capable and confident in doing simple tasks. So, if it doesn't work for you, let me know. Maybe we can find another way to do it. I almost guarantee, matter of fact, I do guarantee that you will feel something within you that is capable and excited about knowing that you're making moves in order to better your life. So, straighten something up around a free and easy task that you probably could have done already by the time I'm done with this task and moving on to the next, which is action step number 2. This one is very free. And it's a step off of the last one. One of the guys that I love listening to the most is Ed Mylett. If you don't know who he is, go check him out. He's got all kinds of great content on all the platforms. Yeah, he says, to build confidence in yourself, you first have to keep promises that you made to yourself. This one can feel overwhelming, but we're going to break it way, way down. We're going to make it simple and maybe make it silly. You might be in the middle right now of doing the first step. If you're doing more than just putting your shoes away or making your bed, well, then these ideas are already working, okay? Because you're feeling some motivation, you're feeling capability, you're feeling a little bit more confident, and you're feeling willing to take on some of the obstacles around you. I want you to stop for a second, and I want you to make a quick and silly promise to yourself, okay? Literally using the words, something like this, right? I promise to spin around in a circle while smiling. And then stop and realize you kept a promise to yourself. These big ideas like I promise, the word promise doesn't usually get included, right? Like tomorrow I will, or later on today I will, or these things. And then we don't do it, and then we feel terrible about doing it, about not doing it. So we got to start simple. We got to start with feeling what it feels like to keep a promise to yourself, consciously and collectively, right? Now, you're already feeling good because you've probably accomplished task 1. So right now, if it's spinning around a circle, I promise to spin around in a circle and smile while doing it. Or I promise to look in the mirror and make a silly face. Or I promise to look at my foot, wiggle my toes, and sing the Three Little Pigs song. That's a different story. What is it? The Piggy Went to Market song. Okay? Do it. I promise to do this. Do it. And then see how you feel about it. Okay? Then we can start taking on bigger tasks. You can start to develop this on a daily basis with small little things. And this is also, you know what? I love hacks. I love hacks so much. I love doing multiple things at once or including them together. So if you haven't yet got up to do task 1, which is straightening something out around you as a physical task of proving to yourself that you can do it, then I want you to combine action 1 and action 2 together. Right now, do it. Because step 3 is going to feel so good when we get there. So, if you haven't done action step 1, I promise to get up and put my shoes where they belong. Boom, there's your hack. Get up, put your shoes away. I promise to get up and put my shoes away. And then sit back, feel how capable you are. Understand that you kept a promise to yourself, and maybe make it silly on the way while you do it. Okay? Before we move on to step 3, I want to do something for you for being here and watching this video. Underneath is, in the description, my free PDF checklist. It's a daily checklist that you can either print off at home, or if you want to, you can request for me to send you a laminated version of it with a custom handwritten note from me. And both are completely free. Don't even need to cover shipping for me to send you the laminated version. But you can print it and put it on the fridge or put it close by as a daily reminder to do things for yourself to build your confidence and your self-esteem so that you can start becoming an elite version of yourself. So that's our free for free. Feel free to click on the link below. Action step number 3. This is my favorite one because this has infinite compounding return. Okay? Action step number 3 is to be at service. We are creatures of having to be helpful. We are. And we wouldn't survive as a species if we didn't. Being of service is one of the greatest things that we can do, not only for ourselves, but for others. And I boiled down a very easy step to do this with. And it's one of my favorite. Bedros Keuilian talks about this. He's also another guy. He's a business guy. But if you go listen to him, he'll give you a lot of great ideas. One of his ideas is that every morning he sends 3 gratitude texts to somebody saying, hey, thanks for being around or whatever. I want you to do this to one person that you really have gratitude for. And by the time I'm done with explaining this and talking about this part, I hope that it works for you and that you've done it. Send a gratitude text to somebody that has been to service of you, to be thankful. So, hey bro, hey lady, or whatever, whoever it is. I just wanted to tell you that I'm so thankful for you. You mean the world to me, and I love you. Whatever it is. What this does is it starts to create infinite compound. Because not only are you being of service to somebody by being thankful for them, showing gratitude, you're putting love and care out into the world, which is being to service of others. They are going to feel grateful as well. They're going to feel really good about this because they can now understand that they were being of service to you. And now you've been to service with somebody, and that makes you feel good, and they feel good because you recognize that they were to service of you, and now the gratitude starts to flow and the kindness starts to compound, and this is infinite compounding return when we're at service to others. You can, if you want to, you can head out the door and go rake somebody's leaves or wash their car or whatever. Those things are being of service too. But sending a gratitude text is free and easy to do right now. So, let's cover this. Action steps. Straighten something out around you. Fix something that you've been putting off. Do it while being silly and by doing it underneath a promise. And then be at service to somebody. These things are something that I hope you have accomplished by now. We're at a little under 18 minutes. And I am so thankful that you're here. And so I'm going to close this up so that you can get to work. I'm really hoping that you did it. If you didn't, please go back. Just go back to the beginning of the video and listen while you do it. Don't do it alone. Do it with me. I'm your friend. I'm here to help you along this journey. This academy is all about becoming better. And to become better, we have to do that with others. So, if you loved it, then thank you. Thank you for being here. There will be more videos to come. And we're just getting warmed up. But this is the first drop of Elite Outcome Academy to this channel. And I hope that it was helpful for you too. As it has been so very helpful for me to think this way. So take care. See you next time. Hope you enjoyed.